I'm probably the type of guy who, if you ask how many girlfriends I have, I'd reply, "For which month?" I'm not shy about admitting it, and I certainly don't hide it like it's a secret ingredient in a famous fried chicken recipe. I have many girlfriends. Yes, at the same time, before you judge me and think I'm a heartless cheater, let me explain. It's not because I want to hurt or play with anyone's feelings, it's because I believe love is like Wi-Fi. It's more fun when it's shared. For me, love shouldn't be limited to just one person, especially if your heart has enough space for an entire barangay. I wasn't always like this. I too was a victim of love songs that said, "You're the only one for me." I believed in fairy tales where there was only one princess for one prince, but reality, more often than not, isn't as beautiful as what's in the books. Your princess might already be chatting with another prince from another kingdom. My most painful experience was when I caught my ex, not just with a third party, but with an entire party. It was like I was watching a soap opera where I was the villain in my own love story. The pain then was like a wound sprinkled with salt, chili, and crushed chicharron. That's when I started to think, why do I need to give my whole world to someone who's willing to trade me for a small island? If the concept of forever expires like cell phone load, why should I force myself into a contract with no guarantee? Being a womanizer for me isn't about being unfaithful. It's a way of protecting myself. Instead of investing in a single stock that could crash at any time, I chose to diversify my love portfolio. If one leaves, there are still others who will stay. This isn't cheating, it's survival. The girlfriends I choose are open-minded people. They are the women who understand that my love isn't exclusive, but it is real for each of them. Our understanding is always clear from the start. Nothing is hidden, no secrets. They know they're not the only flower in my garden, but I make sure each one is watered properly and gets enough sunshine. Faithfulness, for me, isn't about not having others, but about being true to what you've agreed upon. What matters is honesty and communication in every relationship I enter. The process of moving on from past heartbreaks is like learning to ride a bike. Lots of scrapes, lots of falls, and many times, you'll just want to give up and walk. After a series of heartbreaks where my heart felt like it was being passed around in a game of patintero, I learned that the first person I should love isn't the next girlfriend, but myself. I started with small things. I bought myself my favorite food. I traveled alone. I learned to be happy even without company. In short, I became my own boyfriend, and I can say it's one of the most honest relationships I've ever had. Self-love became my foundation. Because of it, I'm no longer afraid of being left. I'm no longer looking for someone to complete me, because I discovered that I'm already whole. My current girlfriends aren't filling gaps in my life. They're additions. Desserts after a delicious meal. They're the sprinkles on top of the ice cream that I bought myself. When you're happy with yourself, you no longer depend on others' validation. Your happiness no longer relies on whether they reply or not, because you're busy making yourself happy. Because of painful experiences, I learned to manage expectations. I no longer expect a relationship to last until old age. Instead, I enjoy every moment. If it lasts, thank you. If not, thank you for the memories anyway. Jealousy, of course that's unavoidable, I'm only human, but jealousy often comes from insecurity. When you're sure of yourself and what you've agreed upon, it's easier to handle this emotion. Trust isn't given blindly, it's built on a foundation of honesty. My girlfriends know the setup, and I also know their boundaries. Moving on doesn't mean forgetting, it's acceptance. I've accepted that some people will come to teach lessons, not to stay. And the most important lesson I've learned is this. Don't make one person your whole world, because when they leave, you'll feel like an astronaut who lost their planet. Create your own universe and invite the people you want to be a part of it. This way, even if one star disappears, your galaxy will remain bright because of the many others shining. Let's talk about monogamy, bigamy, and polygamy. For most, monogamy is the gold standard of a relationship. One person for one person, forever. Sounds nice, like the lyrics of a Jose Mari Chan song. But for me, it's like a buffet restaurant where the only thing you can eat is rice. There are many delicious dishes, but you're not allowed to taste them. Doesn't that sound sad? I'm not saying monogamy is wrong. I'm just saying it's not for everyone, and it's certainly not for me. I think it's a social construct, a rule made by society that doesn't fit everyone's natural emotional flow. Bigamy and polygamy are legal terms that come with marriage. And that's where I object. To marriage. Why do I need to sign a contract to prove my love? For me, marriage is like putting love in a cage, no matter how beautiful that cage is. Love should be free. It shouldn't be tied down by laws, last names, or financial obligations. I don't want to wake up one day with someone just because we signed a piece of paper. I want to be with them because they want to be with me every single day. The setup I believe in isn't polygamy in the legal sense, but a type of ethical non-monogamy or polyamory. It's not about marrying many, it's about having many meaningful relationships full of love, respect, and honesty. The cost? Of course it's more expensive. But money comes back. Time and experiences don't. Every date, every gift, every trip is an investment in happiness, not just theirs but mine too. The legal issue? That can be avoided if no marriage takes place. Everything is based on mutual understanding and not on legal documents. In the end, the decision to avoid monogamy is a personal choice. It's not a rebellion against society, but an embrace of what makes me happy. I'm like an art collector, but instead of paintings, I collect smiles and happy memories from different people. Each relationship has its own color, its own texture, and its own story. And when you put them all together, it creates a masterpiece, my life. Happier, more colorful, and most importantly, without any pretense. My dream for love is simple. I want to have many girlfriends at different stages of my life. In my 30s, I want girlfriends to travel with and explore the world. In my 40s, maybe girlfriends to go on food trips with and binge-watch series. In my 50s, companions for gardening or ballroom dancing. And when I reach 60, girlfriends to play bingo with and complain about body aches. The point is, I want to experience love in all its forms and at all times, with different people who will add different colors to each chapter. For those who want to try this lifestyle, I have a few simple pieces of advice. First, be brutally honest with yourself and with the people who enter your life. Don't lie. Tell them right away what you're looking for and what you can offer. Second, learn to manage your time and emotions. It's not easy to balance many relationships. You need a schedule, patience, and a lot of understanding. Third, and most important, make sure you are whole as a person. Don't enter this to fill a void, because you'll just be using other people. You should want this because you want to share an overflowing happiness that you already have. One of the biggest lessons I've learned in dating is the importance of respect. No matter how unconventional the setup, respect should never be lost. Respect for their time, their feelings, and their decisions. If someone wants to leave, respect that. Love is not forced. Also, I've learned that communication is the lifeblood of any relationship, especially in this kind of setup. You need to be ready to listen, understand, and adjust. Every problem can be solved as long as you are open with each other. In the end, my being a womanizer isn't about numbers. It's not a competition of who can get more. It's about finding genuine connection with different people. It's about celebrating love in all its forms. It may not be the traditional path, but it's the path that has given me the most lessons, laughter, and true happiness. And for me, that's what matters most. True love, even for many, is possible as long as it's rooted in respect, honesty, and a heart ready to love without fear and without limits.